we're live on my end. I gotta clean off this. So we're gonna be working on this still for Smitty.
Okay. All right. There was an echo for a hot second. Is there still an echo?
I don't hear an echo.
All right, perfect. It's gone.
Perfect. Let's get this all lined up. How's it look over on your end?
Perfect. I was checking it on both sides. On YouTube's looking good, and everything here. So yeah. I will. You tell me what time to do it on Saturday. That's when I will post it. All right.
Uh-huh.
And Ellie says, "Hello, Grace." Although she says, "Hey."
What's up? What up, Ellie? How are we looking over on YouTube?
It looks fantastic over on YouTube. It came right up. So.
All right, perfect. Man, so what do you think about this? You think I should do something with this? Should I sell it? Let me see. Let's move this for a second. The more I let it sit,
pretty good, dude. Honestly, I think it came out, and I think what really helped it kind of come out a little bit more was those white energy lines that you kind of put around.
Right. I felt like it needed something, and I even feel like on today's show that I might go back in and do the white specks on this.
Right.
But I'm gonna have to. I want to block everything out so it doesn't create a more of an issue. So this was just our first test. This is my first time drawing this character, and the reason why we were even doing that is I want to do. I want that to be the next cover that I do. And speaking of, while we're just getting into the groove of things and we're waiting for people to come in, let me show you the next batch. So today was delivery day. And guess I have to move this again. Check it out.
Look what happened to me today. By the way, that's an awesome cover. I can't wait. I know you're kind of like if I had those, I would be like, ooh, how am I going to do this? But
this one?
Dude, I mean, obviously you're going to do something in white, but I can't wait to see how you tackle those two.
Me neither, because we haven't done a black cover yet. So I got two of those. I got one of this. Right? And I've got an actual Miles Morales. So nice. I'm really excited for this one too. Yeah, but the next cover that we're going to be working on is the Absolute Green Lantern. And that's the character that I had did the watercolor of.
Right.
So with that being said, I want to keep working on this. So I know that I don't know much about the character. His name is Maggot, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's got two creatures that are always with him.
Yeah, slugs or something like that.
Yeah. And Smitty wants those. He wants those to be in the piece. So
of course he does.
Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that we get Smitty what he wants. So, how have you been, Joe? I know there were some things that you said you wanted to talk about too.
Today was a pretty good day for me. At lunchtime at my job, I took a few minutes to watch some Whatnot, and I got to actually watch quite a bit of Joey Cabral's stuff. And I got to impart some stuff on him. How weird is that?
And what was that?
Well, we were talking about his white that he uses, and I was talking to him about the bleed-proof white by the Dr. Martens, and I sent him a thing for it, and he was like, "Is it blendable?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't know. I've never used it as a blendable," but we got to talking back and forth about it. He's going to try it out because I told him, I said, the reason why I got to using it at all was because of Adam Hughes. Welcome in, Walker Joe.
Welcome in.
But we got to talking about it. We started talking about some other stuff too, and now he follows me.
Whoa, look at you.
Oh, my first big one.
Fangirling out.
I don't even know if Jeffrey follows me, but little by little, my wish lists are coming true.
Aw, isn't that cute? Like, now you're gonna get a big head. It ain't gonna be no stopping you, bro. You're gonna be too big for little old D'Anthony.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Less extreme is Bitfire. Welcome in.
Welcome to the show. So,
over on YouTube, Bagas. Oh boy, I'm gonna mess this guy's name up. Bagas Ras Narendra says hello.
Hello.
And he said hello twice, but then he's got a whole bunch of angry faces. So hopefully we're getting to him so he's not so angry.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome in. First of all, thank you guys for joining us today. This is our Digital Monday show where we do live art, but we do focus more on the digital aspect of it. And what I'm working on right now is a commission piece from one of our viewers. His name is Papa Smitty. Solid artist. He's also over here on Whatnot. So if you guys don't follow him, maybe give him a follow as well.
Jimmy's here, and Jimmy also shared your stream.
Jimmy, that's what I'm talking about. He's one of the loyal ones as well. He's been at almost every show at this point, huh?
Just about. Reed 23 Fuel, welcome in. Thanks for coming to hang out.
So you guys are watching me do some line work right now. I'm still kind of figuring out the character, still trying to play some things. So it's still like messy, but we're gonna go in and we're gonna ink it. This is gonna be my second character that his color scheme is primarily blue. So I'm gonna take what I learned from White Sword and try to apply it to this guy Maggot.
Houston Spencer over on YouTube says hello.
Hello. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. In some of the references that I see for these little maggot creatures, I don't really see them the same. They're the same, but they're kind of different.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just.
It's probably all like artist interpretation, more likely.
Yeah, bro. I'm just going to just wing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully we can capture the life of the character.
Good luck. I mean, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about him. Unfortunately, I can tell you that what little bit I do know, and Papa Smitty's not here, so I'm going to say this. I never found him that interesting, so it's something that I just got like, oh, great. If Maggot's in this issue, I'm not going to buy it. So, and it's not that bad, but it's just, honestly, I just never really liked the character. He seemed kind of like, I don't know, boring.
Boring?
Yeah.
I wonder what is his powers, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Probably nothing entertaining. Probably dumb.
Wow.
That's how I feel about this character.
Yeah, you're not much of a hater, so hearing you.
No, I know. That's the thing. It's like there's only like a handful that just because they're just kind of, I don't know. He's definitely a '90s character that was just like brought around like in the Joe Madureira time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just he's just not that interesting.
So he's got like big old armor, bro. And like you said, it's kind of artist interpretation because I see him in different ways.
All right. I'm getting to what his powers are so we can figure this all out together. Gooby Guts, welcome in.
Gooby, what's up? Thank you for joining in today.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Sentient digestive system. Maggot's digestive system consists of two enormous sentient slug-like creatures nicknamed Any and Meanie. Whilst Maggot himself could not eat, his slugs could devour any form of matter with incredible speed. When they finished feeding, they return to his abdomen and impart the energy from the matter they absorbed into Maggot's body. This energy nourished maggots, temporarily granting him enhanced strength, durability, as well as turning his skin blue. Maggot slugs could act autonomously from him and have appeared to be highly intelligent. They communicate to him via telepathic rapport and were extremely sensitive to magic.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah. All right, well. Still very uninteresting to me. I mean, he's as interesting as like back in the 70s or late 60s when DC Comics had like matter eating lad for like the Legion of Superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow. I mean, okay, he can eat literally anything. The only thing I really hated about like that kind of power, like being able to eat anything or digest anything, is like somehow, way, shape, or form, it means he has like these incredibly powerful jaws that allow him to bite into anything and then take chunks out of it.
Right. But
really?
that don't appear to be the case with this guy, huh?
He doesn't, but those slugs do.
Man.
Those slugs appear to have the ability to pretty much like get onto and break down whatever. I've seen a lot of different, just a little bit that I was looking at. I've seen a whole bunch of different interpretations of him.
Yeah.
You know, some where he's like huge and buff, and other ones where he's not so much.
Right. I wanted to make him mostly buff, but I'm also gonna take a few like creative liberties, and
I feel like you've got to. I mean, when there's like so many different versions of the characters, I mean, right?
Right.
By the way, I watched a super, super awesome new anime tonight with my son that you may be interested in. I think it's called Hero X. I'll double check it. But it's on Crunchyroll. It's really, really, really good.
Okay. I don't have Crunchyroll though.
Oh my god.
I don't have Crunchyroll.
Why would you do this to me? It's called To Be Hero X. That's what it's called, To Be Hero X.
This guy's eyes are red. And they're like...
Yeah, it looks super, super... I mean, just the first episode I watched, I'm like, okay, I'm in it.
You were just sold, huh?
I was. I wasn't sure what I was getting into. The trailer was really awesome. And so I was kind of like, you know, this looks like it's going to be really good. And it's based on like a Chinese manga.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Chinese don't call it manga, but you know, it's either way. It looked honestly, it's like it was really, really cool looking.
I think I'm gonna have this all in like shadow.
I sent you a trailer for it.
Huh? You sent me a trailer for it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. The nice thing is, episode 1 just came out on Saturday, and they already have them English dubbed.
Okay, so is this new? Is it new, or is it just new to you?
No, it's brand new. So the first episode came out Saturday. Justin McKenzie Art, welcome in. Thank you for joining.
Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I decided I was going to definitely have to wait for you on Saturday. Otherwise, I'd probably just curl up into a fetus position and just cry for the whole episode.
I think you'll be fine, but I do appreciate that.
I kind of want to keep the team. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I do.
That's just how I feel about it.
No, I feel the same. But I'm not gonna stop you or keep the show must go on. You know.
Right. And it's like, for me, it's just like, I'm like, I got to be flexible with my schedules. It's not that big of a deal, So,
Yeah, I feel it.
but we got to figure out a time that you're going to be available on Saturday, and then I'll schedule the show. So, and try to get it out to some of the people that I know that are like, because unfortunately they're like me, they're old, so most of them go to bed early.
Let's see if I can figure out some of this shadows and stuff. Oh, can you tag Smitty and make sure that he knows? Because last time he said he didn't even know.
No, yeah. I'll tell you what. Give me a second. I'll share it right now with them.
So I saw Joey go live today, but I didn't get a chance to go into the show. What was he drawing today?
He had a commission that he had gotten from his store, and he had a black and white one of that he had done of Shatterstar that he was coloring.
Got it. He was doing watercolor?
That is correct.
Bro, I'm telling you, even though my anxiety be on 10 with the watercolor, like I really want like to do it. I really want to challenge myself and get that mess done.
Well, I feel like the only way it's going to actually work, right, is to keep pushing forward with it.
Right.
Keep it.
So this dude is like supposed to be buff. So I'm doing a few. I want him to, kind of be buff, but then I don't want to overdo it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I want to make sure that I do enough to, it's good work for my bro, but also, like you said, it's got to match the price point.
Foxtrot 8, welcome in. Oh, there we go. Papa Smith joined and shared the link. Look at that, sharing that link. Right away, he got in.
Smitty, what's going on, bro?
Want to make sure you saw that D was actually working on this.
I want to make this bigger.
He says, "What's up, man?"
What's up, dude? How are you? Hope your day's been cool today. Cause Smitty, he's a teacher, I think, so he be working a lot too.
Yep.
How was work? How was work for you, Joe? You said work was good, huh?
Yeah, work wasn't bad today.
Wasn't it? Was.
I'm well, thanks, Joe. Just got home from doing taxes, so hopefully you owe the government. So
hopefully you don't.
Yeah, my day was pretty good for work. I walked in as soon as I walked in the door, and I clocked in. My boss has a little refrigerator in his office where I put my lunch at. Because if I put it in a common area refrigerator, people typically like to pilfer. So I kind of like to keep my stuff like off to the side. And my boss told us because that's why it's there, is for the people like that is in his department. And I walked in there, I put my stuff in there, and I started to walk back to my office. He's like, "Don't go anywhere." And he looks at his computer. He's like, "All right, never mind. I don't have anything to bitch to you about." I'm like, "Oh, okay. That's a great way to start a Monday." So now the other guys, they all kind of got like a little a little butt chew, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just, it's for us, it's time to get like our bonus that comes sometimes once a month, and we have to meet certain criteria, and I met all my criteria. Everybody else missed it by like one, so I was like, I felt pretty good about that.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about, Joe. So you just kicking butt and taking names, huh?
Trying, on paper, I look amazing. However, the reality of the situation is I'm a dumpster fire.
Sure, I'm on the right layer.
Last Friday, I think I sent you that picture where like a buddy of mine has a 3D printer, and Snake Harris joined, by the way.
Snake.
So my buddy made me a slightly small, so I can't wear it, unfortunately, Dr. Fate helmet, but it's still really, really sexy looking. And I think I might pay him to like make me one that I can wear. Anyway, but yeah, when he gave it to me like last week, I mean, obviously I couldn't wear it, but of course my boss is like, this is not considered a safety helmet. You cannot wear this around the office. So I'm like, yeah, get out of here.
And it fully covered your face and stuff too, right?
Yeah, so I have a full-size one that is the same design that I can wear. However, it's not very well done. A buddy of mine who has a 3D printer was still learning how to use it when he made it. And so he, instead of making it like in 2 or 3 pieces, he made it into like 32 pieces, and they're all glued together. So it's always seems like it's kind of shifting, and what I just it's not awesome. So I don't even mess with it anymore. Once in a while, I just put it on just to be a dummy. But I do the same thing with my Magneto helmet. So. Did you hear my chair there for a second?
Heck yeah. I think we all, the whole room heard your chair.
Yeah, that's how good that microphone is. So I made sure today, no dairy products, so we don't have any accidents.
I'm telling you. We heard you the last time. It's like, yo, Joe.
I have no idea what we're talking about. Iceman, welcome in.
I can't believe Joe. Iceman, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, fellas, he says.
What's up, dude? Man, you gotta let me know if I'm zoomed out too much.
No, dude. I mean, even when you zoom like out where it's small, it's not that small. We can all see what you're doing.
Okay.
If it got like bad, or if it was like off centered or something like that, I'd let you know.
Okay. Hopefully, Smitty is digging this, and he's like, "Man, that's garbage."
He hasn't said anything yet, so it could be a surprise.
That's what concerns me. Normally, he'll be like, "Oh, that's heat." Nah, this time he's like, "Eh." It's too late to make changes, so I'm sticking to my guns.
I would make one change, but that's me.
And what would that be?
I would, but you haven't touched it yet, so you're still in sketch phase. So I don't feel like you're even close to being critiqued. And Papa Smitty gave you 5 flyers, and he says, "As always, bro."
Thank you. Now finish what you about to say.
The only thing I was going to say is his mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
And like I said, I know it's just still in sketch phase because that's why I see what you're doing, and I'm like, to me, the mouth looks like it's flat, like it's not like it doesn't have like any
curve
depth to it. Curve. Yeah, there's no depth or whatever. And so I was like, you just haven't gotten to it yet.
And I was fixing it too, and I was like, you know what? Let me
wait and see if Joe notices. Yeah.
I already know that Joe's gonna notice because Joe just waits to pick out My faults.
Everybody says, love the slugs in the shoulders. Man, main things I wanted to see.
I know. I did keep that in mind. I did know that that's what you said that you wanted to see. He was like, "Yo, make sure that you got the Johns on them."
Papa Smitty, please don't ever ask me to draw this character.
Hey, make sure that he draws them next.
I've got 2 that I got to draw for him already.
Did nobody ask you all that?
Huh?
Said, did nobody ask you all that?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, I've got 2 that he wants me to draw. One I know for a fact, I'm like, I can knock this one out. The other one, however, is the one that, like, I'm a little. It's gonna be a bit of an uphill battle, but that's okay. I want to try it, and that's a big thing. Honestly, I like the fact that like Papa Smitty asked me to draw characters I've never drawn before.
Yeah.
I mean, I was happy that I did those turtles because I felt like, they came out better the second time than they did the first time. So I feel like little by little, the more I draw certain characters, the more comfortable I get with them.
That's what I was saying. Remember I was saying that?
Yes, you were. I was absolutely reiterating exactly what you said because honestly, dude, pearls of wisdom.
Mm.
That's what I say. Is that's why I said I can't have a different moderator. Let me ask you a question, Papa Smitty. If you ever saw Maggot in a movie or a TV series, what actor do you think would portray him correctly? I'm thinking Papa Smitty doesn't have an opinion.
Oh, he's probably just typing it right now.
He says, "Oh, Michael J. White or Don Cheadle."
Michael J. White? So is this supposed to be a brother?
I would say probably.
Probably.
But Don Cheadle, I mean, I like Don Cheadle's acting a lot. I think he's a super exceptional actor. Michael J. White, he's really good, but I don't know if he'd want to do like more superhero stuff,
Yeah.
But man, that guy's fit.
Yeah, he is, man. Michael J. White is a beast, bro. And I'm not even just talking about like with Spawn and stuff. Like he's been that dude,
I know. I absolutely know. I've seen him in other stuff, like even after Spawn. It was like he's on the fitness magazine. You're like, dude, that guy hasn't quit.
Yeah.
Papa Smitty says he's African. Magneto discovered him.
Oh, really? Oh man, you know what? Every time I get a chance to talk to Smitty, he does drop like some jewels. He'll drop some character knowledge on me and stuff. And I remember he was telling me about it because he was pitching like, yeah, I want you to draw this character, and he was giving me the rundown of it. But he was also talking about like 5 other characters too. So sometimes I be struggling to keep up with you, bro.
Right. His skin turns blue after they come out of his stomach. Yeah, that's what I was reading some of his powers for me and Dee because we're not very familiar with the character.
Smitty already told me another character that he wanted me to do.
Who's that? Yeah, they are his sentient digestive system. Yep.
He sent it to me in a text. Who is the other character? Smitty?
Tanya Eval Ultima. All right. I might have to look this character up too.
You know what I realized? So, just to take a pause on that, um, you know how we did our study yesterday? I want to do
Yeah.
that. I want to do that for the covers that I plan on doing. I think that would be uh, probably the smartest thing for me to do, especially when I'm trying like new characters or if I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before. You know.
Right. And Brown, welcome in.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm looking at some pictures of Ultima. Yeah, there's a lot of variety in her. I mean, a lot of variety for like costumes and stuff. They're kind of like all over the place. Godhood comics.
My stomach hurts. I had freaking Wingstop today.
Yeah.
That might have been a mistake, bro. Freaking Wingstop got me on whoa right now.
Well, maybe your microphone's gonna be picking up some noises.
Hmm?
I said
No,
nothing.
no. That was all you.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves Wingstop. I've never eaten there.
No?
Nope.
You never.
She says she has Superman / Superwoman type powers. Yeah, judging from like the pictures and stuff I was seeing, and it says that she's like in their continuity, she's like one of the most powerful beings on their planet. Yeah, I learned early on that like the whole buffalo wings stuff like that is just not for me. So
Well, you can get different flavors. Like you don't have
yeah,
to.
so I went with some friends of mine who like love the heat. They're like, yeah, more spicy, the more, and I'm like, yeah, I don't do spicy well. I mean, really, it's not that I dislike the taste because I really don't like the taste of spicy. If it's so spicy you can't taste anything, then that's not for me.
Yeah.
And they're like, you should, like, for example, with the Buffalo Wild Wings, they're like, you should get the Asian zing because it's a real good combination of heat and flavor. I couldn't get one down, and that mofo lit me up.
Yeah.
And not just on the way in, but like later on, the same way, the other direction. It's just I mean, my mouth was on fire. It didn't matter what I was drinking. I couldn't get rid of the burn. And and they're like, it was just Asian zing. This is like a 0 on there, like Scoville.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just don't do it.
I'm with you on that. Like I want it to be flavorful, bro. I don't want it to be so hot that I can't even taste what's going on.
Right. You don't want to take like it's like, oh, I can't even enjoy eating this because it's so hot. Oh, that's
waste of money.
Yeah, it is. Somebody says that it's an ex-villain duo with her husband. That's why I guess their comic is called The Antagonists. Yeah. So, what kind of flavor did you get for Wingstop?
I usually play it safe. I always get like the regular buffalo, and then I get the barbecue.
So I like barbecue for the most part, especially yeah. So I would do I'm pretty sure that when my girlfriend comes into town, I'm gonna take her to Wingstop just because for her that's she treats herself to that like 3 or 4 times a year. She
Yeah.
loves it, but she tries not to burn herself out on it. So while she's here, I'll probably take her to Wingstop just for like lunch one day or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll probably get barbecue just for myself. So just because I've never had it, might as well give it a shot.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to like I said, do like crazy because it never ends up good for me. At my age, I figured it out. Like this is like, yeah, I don't need to explore that avenue anymore. I don't mind trying new flavors, but like trying new crazy spices, that's kind of like nothing. The more I sit in this chair and the more it squeaks, I'm thinking next time I get paid, there's a chance I might be buying a new chair.
It's not really like a bother.
It's getting to the point where it's bothering me quite a bit because like for a while there I didn't notice it, but now it's got to the point where I definitely notice it, so I know it's only getting worse. Like I said, this was I've had this chair for like 5 years and it was a dumpster rescue. So I mean, so like the arms on it are all like chewed up and falling apart and stuff like that. But realistically, I didn't have a chair before this one, so I'm like, you know what? Maybe I deserve one. I bought my son one for Christmas, and his is really nice, so I might get one just like it.
I did the same. Me and my wife, we bought the boys gamer chairs for the last Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had also like I got my own art chair, my own chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, my son's gamer chair is the one that I would probably get very similar to what I have. I mean, I was looking at some the other day. I was at Staples. I just happened to go there because I was mailing off a package to Joseph, and while I was just like walking around looking at stuff with my son, I saw one and I just like sat in one. I'm like, oh man, this feels. I mean, they had one I really liked, but it was like $600, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I can't afford that.
yeah,
But it had the whole thing where like it had like rollers for your lower back and stuff like that, and a heating element, and it would cool your butt and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, oh my lord, this could be amazing. But I was just like, yeah, I don't need to sleep in the chair. I wouldn't mind buying something like that if I had $600 just floating around that I'm like desperate to spend, but that's not the situation I'm in.
it ain't the situation I'm in either. Trust me on that, homeboy.
Although I have talked to my girlfriend and told her that I'm trying my best to start saving some money, and I think next year I am going to be trying to get an iPad like similar to yours.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So you're gonna be joining me on that digital artwork?
Oh, I don't know how quick I'm gonna get there, but I definitely I like the idea of being able to use the tablet for multifunctional stuff, like similar to like what you're doing now, but also being able to like use it to help me do whatnot stuff, or like the apps that are geared towards being used as an app, not like how I use it on a computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like it would probably be beneficial. But yeah, I mean, my oldest, he has an iPad and he uses Procreate, and he just did a drawing last night. He was goofing around with it. He was really excited about it because it's the first one in a long time. He felt like he didn't use any references. He just did it all like completely like from memory and stuff like that. And he felt really good about it. Like hey, And I said yeah. I said don't let your ex-wife's like piss poor attitude like tear you down. I sent you an example of what he did. So, like I said, he likes doing like Darkwing Duck and stuff like that. So you said you have to work tomorrow, Wednesday?
No, I have tomorrow off, but I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wednesday,
So no,
Thursday, Friday.
no, no. Okay, so I have Tuesday off. I work Wednesday. I have Thursday off, then I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then Ellie says, Braves! Guess what I got? All caps with a whole bunch of exclamation marks.
Oh, snaps. Did you get your next book? Your next cover or what? What'd you get? Nah, I need to know.
Because we got 5 kids, she maybe has another one on the way. Let's see. She said, I got the Mew. The Mew came in the mail.
Oh, did it? Oh, that's what's up. Remember I did that? I did the sketch card
I do remember it. Yep.
Do you like it?
It looks better in person.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Smitty, you've been getting your pieces without any issues, right?
Everything I send to people seems to take a while.
Yeah, I know that.
I mean, even the stuff that's being sent to me seems to be taking a while.
I've been tracking my stuff to see like where everything is, how long it's taken. I showed you guys those sketch covers that I had just got, and it takes that person 4 days to ship out stuff. I'm like, dang, I be feeling like I'm breaking my neck trying to get y'all stuff out as soon as possible.
I try to get my stuff out the next day, and somebody says, yes, I have. Yeah, if somebody orders something from me that night, I'm usually packing it up. The next day, it's gone.
Exactly. Me too. But sometimes I get them on like Friday night or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of people in the room, or else I would run some stuff. But you know.
Yeah, I know that my girlfriend sent me a package, and this is the 4th week, and it's still not here. So now she got a hold of like the post office today, and they were gonna get a hold of the hub to try to find out where the package is at, what the holdup is. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy that like at first they're like, it's a weather issue, it's weather holding it up. It's like, why hasn't it moved? I mean, it's literally this is the 4th week. So
you guys stay on them for that, bro.
Yeah, so I told her. I said, my biggest concern is, like I told her, I said, I'm just hoping that like they don't like, oh, we lost it, so you're SOL. Hubseed, welcome in, man. And he says, hey, who was drawing Fool Killer last week? I got a comic finally of him. Yeah, I don't know who was drawing him, but Fool Killer's kind of a neat character. He's old school.
I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't heard of Fool Killer before.
Let's see. Let's see. Jose the Weirdo, 13 over on YouTube says hi.
What's up?
It says, yep.
Thank you for stopping by.
Some of these people, they jump in, say something, and they jump right back out.
And then they jump out.
Yeah.
Or they be like, can you give me a shout out?
Yeah. So, can you, like talk about like my homemade movie?
Bro.
I know.
That was a throwback. Joe. And you did too. I'm surprised your computer didn't get a virus.
It was on YouTube, so I watched it, and I was just like, boy, this is really horrible.
Oh my gosh.
It was like, I don't know how it was made or why it was made, but yeah, none of it. Let's see. Hope says, Graves, do you like drawing this way or on paper?
There's a benefit to both, and I'm trying to train myself to be as efficient traditionally as I am digitally. So I love drawing digital because it's carefree. I can really just do whatever I want. With traditional, you can't really take the same approach. I take the same approach, but I have to slow. I have to teach myself to slow way down. So I would say it's about 60-40.
Ellie says, had to go do your review. That's nice. I got people who won't review me at all. I feel like that's a statement, just so you know. Hub says, very true. Here you can mess up and click and it's fixed. Absolutely.
Yeah. But also, like, I like approaching my drawings the same way digitally that I would traditionally. So the same thing that I would do on a piece of paper is exactly what I'm doing now. Um, but yeah, I could be more carefree when I'm doing a digital piece. But traditional is an art that I don't want to lose, you know? And remember, Joe, when
I
did
feel
I
like
say that?
traditional.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
When did I say that I wanted to challenge myself to do more traditional?
When?
Yeah. Do you remember?
I don't remember the exact date, but I know it was here on Whatnot, and I do remember like you actually saying that.
Yeah.
And you've been doing a lot more traditional ever since you've been doing the covers.
Yep.
Because doing the covers, you can't do them on here. And Papa Smitty said he's the one who drew Fool Killer last week. Which version of Fool Killer did you draw, Papa Smitty? Was it the one with the big blue sombrero and stuff like that? Papa says, I actually sketched that version at work, but did a current version live. Yeah, I pretty much only really know myself the old version, the 80s version. So.
You know what I realized that only when I'm doing like covers am I gonna go the plan. Only when I'm doing covers am I gonna go 0 to 100 on live. You know? I want to be as efficient as possible. That way it's entertaining what people are watching and stuff like that. So I don't want to be, but I know some people like seeing like freaking Todd Beats, but he can bang his stuff out in like an hour.
Yeah.
We're only going live for like 2 hours, so I don't want to take all that time trying to figure out a pose.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's why I did what I did last week. And Pop Somebody said, yes, Spider-Man eyes and a Zorro hat. Yeah, absolutely, dude. That's the character I remember.
I think what you did was great. The the time, I think it was all good, bro.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of have to do similar stuff like that,
Yeah.
from now on. Like have it kind of set up until I can start getting quicker at it. Because like the one thing I noticed is like, yeah, I was doing pretty good on like making those cards quick, but then I was like, I wasn't really putting a lot into them.
Yeah.
Which kind of like upset me. So the last set I did, I was like, I definitely put like a lot more effort and a lot more time into it, and I'm like, yeah. So if I'm gonna do more cards like that, I'm definitely gonna be charging more than $15. So,
Yeah.
Especially for a set of 4.
And that's something that I try to avoid, because that feeling you have, like, yeah, you're happy that someone got your work and you're happy how it turned out, but then you also, in my opinion, and just stop me if I don't want to be putting words in your mouth, but I sense like you kind of feel away, like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really get what I felt like I should have, and I'll make sure that I don't do it again. You know what I mean? So it's a good lesson to learn, but it sucks that it happened, you know?
Yep. Dolores Grom, welcome in. And Husky said, I think my Fool Killer had the ski mask on. And Papa City said, bro, pre-sketch the reference yourself for sketch covers. But yeah, I felt like I don't have a problem doing the cards the way I do them, but when I do like a set and those sets like interconnect, then I have to do them a specific way. And I mean, if it's an individual card, I could probably sell it like fairly inexpensive. But if I'm doing a set of them, like I said, a 4-piece set of the turtles, I was like, and the only reason why I sold it for what I did was because I felt bad that that guy missed out on the first ones I had done that I thought were like, pretty inexpensive. And he had just missed out, so I was like, I'll cut him a break. But honestly, I'm like, I don't want to. That was, honestly, that was like 4 nights worth of work for $15.
Exactly. And Smitty, he said do the
sketch and reference yourself.
Well, yeah. So you didn't really see, but like I did this, and this is kind of an idea that I'm thinking of for my next sketch cover. I might change it up, obviously, but yeah, that's actually what I was telling Joe. Like I want to do, or maybe I didn't finish my thought, but I want to do like a watercolor piece of my sketch cover. That way, not only will I have the original sketch cover, but I'll have the rough. I'll have, you know what I mean, the pre-work and stuff like that.
It says, "Let me see it again." I didn't get a screenshot.
A screenshot.
You just said, "Let me see it again."
And this is watercolor, and I went into it with a little color pencil on the face because I had to. He loves it. Thank you, bro. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you like it, man. Whatnot has really become a thing for me and Joe. Like we appreciate. I love the fact that we stumbled onto this, and it's really been
you stumbled onto it, and then you drug me in. But I'm super happy you got me in on this.
Kicking and screaming, I brought you into this.
At first, yes, but then afterwards, it was all screams of joy.
Yeah, I said, "Look, Joe, you're gonna do this, damn it."
At first, I was like, "Ooh, boy, my comfort zone."
Yeah, I was like, "What you fighting it for? Why are you fighting me on this? Just do it." Right? Like, I don't understand what you like the kid at the dentist. Like, what's your problem?
You'll feel better after you take the medicine.
Just throw up already.
Yeah. Lucky Find Comics, welcome in.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you for joining. I'm working on a digital commission piece for my homeboy Pop Smitty. Solid artist here on Whatnot. So if you guys haven't got an opportunity, follow him. Also, my mod extraordinaire Joe, the voice that you hear besides my hand drawing, that's my mod. He's been my mod pretty much since day one. Give him a follow too. He does a show on Saturdays, and typically we like 2:00 your time.
Yeah, typically. I mean, this week's
1 or so. Yeah.
Yeah, I try between like 1 and 2 o'clock, like Central Standard Time. But this week, Saturday's going to be a late show because you have to work, and I want to accommodate your schedule because I don't want to stream without you.
You see? Because he's my best friend. Right?
Something real close to that.
Something real close.
I don't know if your wife would appreciate that, but
She's asleep right now.
I was going to say, really deep. Yeah. Seems kind of quick.
Right. You don't even know the guy. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, I'm talking to him every day. I'm really just like plotting shadows right now, bro. And I need you to just like what I'm doing, okay?
So far, so good. I do.
I don't know. I don't believe you.
No, you fixed the mouth, dude. So I'm all right.
You be so far ahead of me.
What are you talking about?
mentally I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then you'll be like, what is this crap? This is not what we practiced.
This is not what we discussed.
Right. Said this is not what we rehearsed. Why do we rehearse? So let me ask you this, Joe, and for the viewers that are watching, what is your favorite part of the drawing process? Are you what like I would consider myself to be like a sketch artist? Are you a colorist? Are you
Okay,
a
one I suck at coloring, so I am not a colorist. Two, I don't enjoy inking because I feel like that's where I make the most of my mistakes that I can't go back on. So for me, it's definitely the yeah. Papa Space says the vision before the drawing. Yeah, I kind of have to agree. The vision before the drawing, and then once I start drawing it, I'm like, this isn't what I saw in my head. But no, I think the sketching part is the part that because I can still kind of formulate plans and formulate how things are going to happen, and it starts to kind of come together. So I definitely think the sketching, and I used to be a pretty decent sketch artist like way back in the day. But then I got lazy about it where I would still do like a minimal amount of sketch, and then I would go in and just use like the pen and do like all my fine detail work with the pen.
mm-hmm.
And then I felt like that was kind of a mistake. So then I kind of tried to move back into like refining my sketch, and then pick up what I'm doing with the pen. Lucky says I'm all about the inking. It's where my sketches come to life.
Right, I can see that.
I wish mine was,
Mm-hmm.
But then again, my inking. You've seen my inking. My inking style is very mayonnaise.
Uh-huh. Exactly. I feel like I'm the same way. I love doing the initial sketch because it's free and I can think without thinking, if that makes sense. Like I just
Yeah.
kind of go with the flow on a lot of the stuff. But then I also like inking because it's like I could be just as creative inking as I am with the sketch because you can correct a lot of the stuff that you did in the sketch. You know what I mean?
Right.
With inking, is I realized that this actually needs to be a little wider, so I'm gonna do that. Or I realized that I don't like how smooth this is. Let me add a little bit more jagged to it, or a little more character. So I like I like inking as much as I like sketching, but my real heart lies with sketching.
Yeah, I think that's where mine does too. I mean, like I said, I wish it was a coloring, but it's not. I feel like I color out of necessity.
Yeah, I feel the same. I like coloring, but I also feel like I don't know. Sometimes the colors dull it out.
Lucky,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
Lucky Comic says coloring sucks.
uh,
Your picture is very washed out for us. There you go. Eliandris agrees.
why is it? I wonder why does it look like that anyway? Why is it freaking?
Lucky says unless it's digital. I'll be honest with you. I'm not okay. Maybe digital can be cool. I just haven't seen a lot of digital that I really like. But yeah, I guess you got to have like a certain technique on the digital.
Mm-hmm.
Pop Space says I'm almost afraid to color every time. And then Lucky Find says unless it's digital, then I'm all about it. Ellie says I love drawing, but the coloring sucks. And Lucky Find agrees with Papa. That almost afraid to color. Yeah. So anymore, I feel like I'm really afraid to color just because it's like half the time I'm like, okay, are my markers going to be on point this time, or are they going to run out halfway through?
Yeah, bro.
They're not going to run out at the beginning when I can easily replace them. They're going to run out right in the middle.
Of the
It's like,
face. right in the middle of the face, where it's
Yep.
like, oh my god, the most obvious.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. I don't know why the shadow is showing up like how it is. I feel like I might have selected the wrong color, but I couldn't have because I filled it in with black. So I'm gonna keep my line on, but you see what I mean?
Yeah, I see. Trust me, we see it. I mean, because your shadow has like on certain spots, it's like a blue, and other parts it's like a dark blue. And actually, I wouldn't even say blue. I'd say more like a teal.
Well, I think that might just be how the camera's picking it up because I can lower everything, the opacity and stuff like that.
Right.
But as far as the color itself, I know that it's not showing up how I want it. So I'll definitely be figuring that out.
Oh,
Uh-oh. I hear wifey fussing at the kid.
oh man, she's not taking a nap no more.
No, no more.
Ellie says, Graves, I have a cup of coffee that fits 2 pots of coffee in it. That is not a cup of coffee. Lord. Does it keep it warm? Because I mean, I guess hopefully, I mean, I don't really care for cold coffee, but this paper love, welcome in.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. This is our Monday show, Digital Monday, where we do a lot more digital work. However, we do traditional work as well. My main focus for the rest of the year is really improving at sketch covers. I stumbled onto that when I seen a few other artists do it, and I'm like, man, at the end of the day, when you're getting into comic books, what would you rather do, the covers or the interiors?
I'd say I've never done an interior, so I'd give it a shot. But that's just me.
That is just you, Joe. Damn
I know. Lucky says you said doo doo, and Solid State
it.
Casey joined. Welcome. And
Welcome in.
Ellie says, I'm making a pot right now and seeing how full it gets. And Ellie says covers hands down.
Exactly. I want to do
I
covers.
get it. I mean, the covers are like the splash page and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
sometimes maybe you want to draw like that slice of life kind of thing going on.
Yeah. But I feel like I would do that on my own story. I don't know if I would want to draw uh, a story. I would
Yeah.
draw my own story, but I want to draw the cool characters and doing the cool things.
Papa says I want to do covers first and then get into storyboards. My own comics.
I agree. So, with some of like freaking Todd Beats is my mentor. I've been watching how he's been growing and how he's been challenging himself. And I've been doing the same thing on a much lower scale, obviously. But even he notices, man. He's picking up what I'm putting down.
Anybody with eyeballs does.
Huh?
I said anybody with eyeballs can.
Thank you. So this guy's skin is going to be blue.
Yep.
And I know, I wonder if I do this. Let me try something. Let me see if this is going to work. I don't like the way that looks. So I'm gonna go back and re-ink it. Well, not re-ink it. I'm gonna ink it or whatever. But I am gonna use that shade of blue for his skin, and then I'm gonna have a darker blue for the darker tones and stuff. Right now, I'm plotting out shadows, and I don't know why it's not really looking the way it normally looks. Because I feel like my shadows normally look a little bit better. But worry not, Pop Smitty. This is still gonna come out awesome as always.
Can we get your new ink?
Not yet. That's supposed to be coming on the 11th, between the 11th and 17th.
So we got some time then.
Yeah.
Papa Smitty said, no worries.
Good. My wife is going in right now. I wonder what what did he do?
She laying into the kids already?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He did something. She's
well, I
had
guess you're gonna
enough.
know it's gonna be a big one if she has to come get you, right?
Uh-huh.
Nee, come kill this child now.
Right. They don't ever want dad to get involved. Kids, am I right?
Yeah. But yeah, my kids were always like, "Hey, we want dad to punish us, not like mom." So my ex-wife was the hands-on kind of an approach with children, and I that's how I was raised. My dad used to, like, part of his pastime was like whooping my brother with a belt. So I just never felt comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
And so I just always had a conversation with the kids and told them points of view, and yeah, we get grounded from certain things, and obviously it was more appreciated than the beatings and the groundings.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not the type of father that I wanted to be. So I avoid it as much as possible, but sometimes they be trying you. You got to do whatever you got to do.
Oh, I do understand.
Don't be excessive with it, but shoot, disrespect will not be tolerated.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, my youngest now, he's 20, and he likes to come in here and wrestle with me because sometimes he feels like he's like, all right, old man. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, let's see how far you can go, buddy. Shui Comics, welcome in.
Welcome. So both my kids play football, right? And my oldest, he just got dog tags, and basically they're in the weight room and doing all the training before like spring ball and stuff. And
right.
He showed improvement. He's been grinding in the weight room, so they gave him like a shout out. It's a good thing. So he's doing good. I love that for him. He's really having fun in football.
That's good.
Yeah.
You never know. You might find might be a profession for him at some point, or at least an avenue into college.
Maybe. Whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm rocking with it.
Hear the kids in the hallway, they're going crazy.
Heck yeah. I love hearing all the liveliness in your house.
Well, it's part of it is my oldest grandson. That's Grayson. He's autistic, and when he starts getting tired, he gets amped up.
Yeah,
But
You
when he
were
gets
saying
amped up, he starts giggling and stuff like that. And what's really funny is he wakes up before everybody else does, and it's just he has like this internal clock that says 5:30 in the morning time to get up. But he doesn't get up and go crazy around the house and or anything like that. He'll just like lay in bed and then just start laughing at him, like, and you're like, what the hell is that? It's like he's reflecting on the dreams that he had, like, while he was, like asleep or something like that. It just all of a sudden you feel like you got some kind of like malevolent spirit or something like that in your house, like, it's like, oh shit, it's not hit the fan. So he's a lot of fun.
That's good.
Yeah, he's getting ready to turn 14 next month.
Is he?
Yeah.
14, bro. Dang. I thought he was younger.
No, I have younger grandkids, but yeah, he's a 14-year-old. He's the oldest.
So I think his turtleneck is like gray or white. He's blue, so different shades of blue. His slugs are blue too, but they have red eyes. He's got red glasses. So he's all shades of blue.
Yeah.
His hair is white. Smitty, I kept this fairly simple because last time I was trying to do too much. He was like, "Yeah, no, I want a bus, I want a bus shot. Stop trying to recreate the well, buddy." So, um, the same thing that we did with the other ones. You'll get the rough sketch with this as well. So I also feel like I've been putting a little bit more energy into the rough sketches as well. Have you noticed that, Joe?
Yes, I do. Somebody says, "LOL." I'll always want bus shots and roughs for your digital stuff.
For sure. For
It's Viper,
sure.
bro. Welcome in. Hey, Papa Smitty, when I go to work on your Holocaust and the Magneto, you want those like similar, like how I did like the other Magneto that I've got in my inventory and the blue marble I sent you, like that kind of a like waist up bust shot kind of a thing, or do you want like a full body kind of thing going on? He's debating maybe same as blue marble. Well, I tell you what, you've got a couple of days. Think about it and let me know. You got my number. You can just text me or whatever it is more comfortable with you. Because I got like a couple of things I need to draw this week, and then right after I get them done, I'll be working on those.
There you go. I still need to. I'm going to be doing the Vegeta for Spangler
Right?
because the homie Spangler, that's his favorite character. But I
Yeah.
asked him what was his favorite version, and he said Majin. So I now
What, that,
know
what,
what I'm gonna be.
what was that
I know what
word?
I'm gonna be doing, huh?
What was that word?
Majin, Majin, like Majin Buu, Majin Vegeta.
I don't even know how do you even spell that?
Majin, I think, like Majin Buu.
MAJ.
He's got a big M on his forehead.
Oh, that's weird. What's with the tattoo, the M on his forehead?
Well, that's the Majin. It's the Majin symbol. And anytime he's that form, they get that. Now, Majin, I don't know if it was a spirit. I forget the actual lore of Majin. I forget the lore. So I'm not even going to speak on it before all the freaking DBZ,
Yeah, I
the,
know they'll come after both of us.
the hitmen. Like, how do you not know?
Yeah, I know. Well, I said something earlier. I was at CMB's, and I think I had said something about like because somebody said that they didn't care for Harry Potter, and I was like, that just means you've got a lot of taste if you don't care for the Harry Pooter, And it was just like, yeah, that just kind of. I'm not a Harry Potter fan at all. Barbados creations are Majins. I'm gonna say like 50% of those words weren't English, so I don't know what they are.
Mm-hmm. All right. So these things are like gray. His tank top's gonna be white. I might do a little red on this to kind of add to the red in his glasses. His glasses are red, their eyes are red. I do
When I
like
was a
that.
kid in the 80s, I remember trying to watch the first Dragon Ball Z when it was on. It was difficult to find. It was always on like different times and stuff like that. It was never consistent. And it was just, I just never got into it because I couldn't get it at a consistent kind of a rate. And when I did watch it, I would always be like, wait. I haven't seen it for like 4 weeks and they're still in the same fight. What's going on? And it was just it didn't move enough for me.
Nah, bro. I think once you got invested in a storyline, you were hooked. At least I was. Like when I was watching it, like back in middle school and stuff, and it was like the Frieza and the Cell games and all that kind of stuff. We was at the edge of our seats waiting for the next episodes to come on, and it was fire, bro. It was fire.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one of these days, but like I said, way back in the day, I was definitely watching Dragon Ball before it was even Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I didn't get into Dragon Ball until later. I didn't start off with Dragon Ball. I started off with Dragon Ball Z. That's what I was introduced to.
And by the way, Papa Smitty said Babidi, I mean, which still doesn't mean anything to me. He says, skip Dragon Ball and watch Z. So.
Yeah, because Dragon Ball is when Goku was like younger and Krillin and all of that. They're all older in Dragon Ball Z. That's where I started. I like the red like that.
I do too. That red with against that blue, like super pops. And so does Papa Smitty. He says me three.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Absolutely, Papa Smitty says complementary colors. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that red is nice and super deep. It's really, really lush.
It is. What did you guys have for dinner over there, Joe? Did you cook?
I made some chicken cordon bleu and some broccoli and cheese stuffed chicken. So.
What did everyone else eat for dinner? We haven't
I
had
made it for
dinner yet.
everybody else.
I'm talking about in the chat, like Ellie be cooking.
Yeah. And then like last night I made that stromboli, which I haven't gotten to the point where I figured out how to make enough for everybody because I don't know like the and obviously neither does my son. He doesn't know when the kids are all coming over, so half the time I make too much food, and half the time I don't make enough. So on the nights I don't make enough, I just have peanut butter and jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I was gonna make like some straightforward like sloppy joes tonight, but I didn't know who all was gonna be here, so I was like, you know what? I don't feel like making a whole lot of food and like nobody show up.
Yeah.
So I just made a couple of small things and just let it be. So and then now all of a sudden everybody shows up. So it's like Papa Smitty says a freaking turkey leg that's so big it's day 2 eating it and I still got some left. Where'd you get that thing at? Like a Six Flags?
For real.
CXS Creations, man, welcome in.
CX, what's up, bro? That's our rival, Joe, so don't be too
I
nice to him.
know.
Yeah.
That's the Carl. He says, yo, greetings from CMB as well.
What up? What up? What up? Both them the homies. Pretty soon we're gonna be doing the Whatnot games where we're gonna be having a three-way rivalry between me, CXS, and CMV. And it's already started. We're basically all the covers that we have that are the same, we just topping each other. Well, pause. We're trying to outdo each other on the on the
It's so crazy
covers.
that you're going to top each other while you're in a three-way. It's like, holy
Yeah,
moly.
bro. I just paused all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Papa
that was
Smitty's like
crazy.
saying, hey, can you mute this guy? So
For real. That was crazy. He said topping on a three-way is crazy, bro. What is she doing? What type of show
Papa,
is this?
Papa Smitty's LOL, but I'm telling you, that's why your wife said nobody'd be getting any art done.
Ain't no work getting done. I feel like I want this to be red too, but I'm not sure. And some of the things, it looks like those are more like a
That's what I would have thought.
yellow trim. Hmm.
CXS says, sent you a sketch card I did just now.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah. You did that. You just did it on live or what?
Papa Smitty says, D and Joe, I'm going to text you all some stuff I've worked on for the raid. I need your thoughts.
Oh, heck
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Just so you know, my thoughts are usually not good for human consumption, but I'll give them. CXS says, no, just on random.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. I'm excited to look. I'll check it out after the show. We'll probably be wrapping up in a little bit because there's a lot of activity going on right now that I need to check on. So,
Yeah, and it's about 9 o'clock my time.
oh, yeah. Oh, damn. Time flew, bro.
It did. Tonight went by quick, dude.
Why did it go by so fast? We started on time.
We did. We started on time, but I think all the laughing and stuff. That, Papa Smitty's in here like busting us up too.
Okay. Look at this. So I wanted to at least start getting the flats done, and we're getting it started. Pop Smitty, I'm gonna be updating you on on the text and stuff. You know, kind of like how I always do. I always send him pictures of where things is going, get his feedback before I go past the point of no return. I'm gonna be adding some values to that yellow, but right now I just need the flats.
Hey, Papa Smitty, is that like a Namur? I say it like that because that's how they kind of said it in the movie. But
No
like,
more.
Black Panther 2, or like the Namor, like, because my name is Namur. It's like, what?
So who are you? No more.
Just call yourself the Submariner and get it over with. Your battle beasts, though, are super sick. And he did an Alan the Alien that absolutely looks devious and evil.
I did one too, but then Joe roasted it, so I almost sold my iPad and said, you know
No,
what?
I roasted it because he had like a weird
No one
V
had
shape.
to. No one asked for details. No one asked for details. Thank you, Joe. You just you
You look
remember
like he had gone through like a fight with the Viltrum but hadn't healed yet. So I mean, I was like,
it was
why'd
part.
your head caved in? So
It's still canon. It's still canon.
I wasn't wearing my helmet. So.
Freaking Joe.
That Street Fighter's really sexy too. Is that like with the lino, the lino, or however you want to pronounce it, the linoleum? Is that how you did that, or did you do that one with a pin? Lino and custom cut borrowing CCC style. There you go.
Mm.
Nice. Because I remember you and I talking about the lithograph kind of, or like the linoleum tile, like how you cut it, use it like as a printer kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool. But those battle beasts, those things will. I mean, I can't imagine somebody not buying those. That's for sure.
When we get off stream, I need to be finishing up what's it called it too. I'm gonna be doing more on this, but also with the Viltrumites.
Right.
The Viltrumites. I'm not even gonna go to it. I don't want to get sidetracked.
Puppet Mini says, "I love them. I got to make prints before I sell the originals."
Mm-hmm. Do a lot of people do that? Like, do you guys make prints of your stuff before you sell it, or do you just kind of one and done that, John?
He says, "I'm going to start."
He's gonna start. Yeah. Once I get my printers in, my printer ink, I'm gonna be back on the grind because I was making prints like out the yin yang, bro. You
Puppet Mini
remember?
says, "Sees a lot of people doing it."
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are doing a lot more digital too. Joe is one of them.
I haven't got there yet. I'm thinking, like I said, I'm going to try next year to get an iPad. And then I'll probably be calling you all the time. Like, all right, how do I work this thing?
Hey, as long as you get an iPad, I'll be able to help you.
That's what I'm going to be working at. And that's exactly why I was talking to my girlfriend about it. I said specifically so I can get the Procreate program. And because my oldest uses it, you use it. And I'm like, no offense, I'm not going to get something stupid and out of pocket because then I'll be the only one with it. And then everybody else will be like, can't help you. You got to figure it out. It's like,
Right.
nope. I'm too old to be figuring out technology on my own.
Right. All right. It is almost 7 now, so it's about that time, Joe. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm all right. But yeah,
Good.
whenever you're ready, man.
All
I
right.
like the way the word's going. I really like the way the red, super popped, and I really like how you did the glasses with how you can see the eyes through there.
Yeah, it's gonna have highlights and stuff in it right now. It's gonna have highlights and stuff in it, but I'm just doing the flats at least for some of the colors right now.
Absolutely.
Because there's like a lot of different blues.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be doing a lot of playing in the blue.
All right. So you said you don't work tomorrow.
No, I don't.
Okay. Are we doing a show tomorrow?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a show tomorrow. I
Okay.
still want you to moderate, but
Perfect.
one of the viewers who I'm doing a little work with, what's his name? Meech mixed it. He's got something that he wanted to pitch my way, so he might be in the stream with us, but I still want you to be the mod.
Okay.
Okay.
Like how I'm doing now, or in a
Yeah.
different way.
Yeah. No. How you're doing now? Our
Okay.
process isn't going to change. The only thing is he's going to be involved.
Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine, man.
All right. And it's still gonna be the same time too.
All right,
Uh,
fantastic.
all right, bro. All right, you guys. So we thank you for stopping by with us and hanging out as we do a little digital sketching. We're gonna see if we can raid somebody right now, and then I can go check on what's happening over here. So let's see who we have. Who's streaming currently? Create a raid. Def Shogun, Deviant Apple, CMV. Oh yeah, let's go to CMV real quick. We're gonna raid CMV, you guys. Hang tight. We'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place.